Hello and welcome to yet another Yapping with me, Fellonius the Wizard. Today we are going to take a subject that I have had from a suggestion from one of my subs, and thank you very much. And please, if there is anyone else out there who would love to hear me yap about anything that is particular for you, just mention it. I will probably mention it anyway sometime if I continue this series, but that is. Now, this was a question on how do I look on online dating in the online dating service. Now, I don't know anything about them except I think there are some that's called Match or something like that. But otherwise I don't know, and I don't know any from the US or from India or anyway. I don't really know, but I have thought about it, and I have actually was thinking about doing the old-fashioned way once, but that is ages ago. But I have had some experience of what can go wrong on the internet, because you always meet people on the internet somehow, somewhere, some way. Let's go back to 1999 and my first experience of the internet people, because I wasn't really ready for them, I can tell you that much. Nowadays it's more easy, of course, we always meet on the net, but back then, 99, I wasn't. We were sitting on something called a chat. It was a newspaper that was holding one, and I think there was some sort of web service that was hosting another one. And these chats were always, well, almost always managed by age. So if you were sitting on a 40 plus, you were most likely to find people around your own age. And in my case, I was 42, so that was good. But the reason I started was so stupid that I soon became aware of doing the submarine stuff. That is, I was doing mostly just sitting watching people act. And that's how I also ended up with a good friend called Killjoy. A man who can twist words more than I can twist my arm. That guy is a sicko, but he's so funny. We were just throwing words at each other but that's not the point. Now, I was just coming out of a relationship. I was thrown out, and it was the end, and I just didn't want to cope with it. So I was on the internet because she was. Now, she actually found herself a mate. He's a very good friend. I think Ron might even agree on that, because they have met, Ron and Håkan. But that is just a one-off, and that is not really how it usually goes. Later that summer, I got hold of someone called Lotta, and it was a total failure. Just mention it. And it was because she had this strange idea that everyone on the internet was a peacock. Everyone's a peacock on the chat. That is, they were always making their appearance worth more than their real life. And I didn't buy that, or actually I didn't understand that. So it went totally bananas. No, well, could have worked out? No way. Because, and this is the main point from this, honesty. Honesty is the key word, and there was absolutely no honesty. Now, take that honesty with you, because that is one of the things that I will return to. Now, eBay, or what we have in Sweden for eBay, Tradera, is another thing. It's also became a dating experience of such. I sold books. She was buying them. And, well, in my mails, I usually just added something about taking care of those books or something like that. I don't know. instead of just writing thank you for buying, I wrote perhaps a sentence or two, and I usually do that. I don't stop, and I mean, yes, it wasn't supposed to be continuously, but she just hooked up on that one. That seemed to be. It was a hook with a bait. I write it down. I have it scripted this time. But she took it. Hook, line and sinker. And I even didn't even know that I had the darn thing in the water. Now, this time we got to an honest relationship from the get-go. Mainly because we were talking via mail. We were talking through the phone. And we hadn't even seen each other. I didn't know how she looked and vice versa. And it wasn't of any interest at all, because it felt like we almost knew each other beforehand. And that was something very strange, but very honest. And that is the good thing. But it turned out that she and I were more siblings than anything else. We cared enough for each other, and still do. We are still friends, even if we broke up in 2008. We're still friends. We are still siblings. We are almost twins. But there wasn't really that deep love, and it was hard to get by the daily chores and stuff. So what can I say about the dating services then? Well, honesty, I just mentioned that. Be honest. That is one thing. Choose one or two of these services. Don't choose everyone, because you are not going to be able to cope with it. You can't handle it. But do choose them that seems reliable. Choose those who have probably a lot of people on them, because the more there are, the more chances are increasing that you might find someone. Do I believe in it? Well, yes. It's just as going to the bar and trying to woo a girl over a whiskey. I can tell you that much. Remember, though, there is no rule that states you have to date anyone. You can be there, you can say that you want a date with a special person or anything. But you don't have to date them just because they wrote you a letter. You can just say, sorry, you seem to be a nice lady, but no. Or a nice guy, no. It doesn't fit the bill. And I get back to what I would do. Read reviews of the dating site, because they might actually give you some credit. Be a critic. Always. That is internet in all. Always be a critic. Now, your description must be honest, but it doesn't have to be the full Monty. You don't have to write down each and everything. You can save some stuff for later things, and the same goes in for the things that you want in the partner. I mean, if you want them to have played the whole Mass Effect series, just because I'm doing something about that at the moment, just make sure that you are either saving that for questioning later, or putting it in to make sure that you are not getting any other type of guy, Final Fantasy guy or something like that. It's up to you how much you want to end in, and too much is not too good. It's quality over quantity in that case. So keep it short, simple. Kiss. And it's also what you want to do in your leisure time that is going to be important. Not what you work with. As you can always change your work, but your intense hobbies are always there. If you are a stamp collector, then you better put that in, because it will be a bit of a problem when she's trying to train kendo while you are mixing with your stamps. It's like that. And don't expect anything from the others. If you are honest, you don't have to expect it back. I can tell you that much at least. If they say that train kendo, they might actually train something else. I don't know. Doing matches or something. And also, like, if you are enjoying something, let's take travel. Travel is a very good thing, and it's usually in there together with gardening and stuff. And I can tell you that much about gardening. There is not that many people who are into gardening. They have a garden, they might even have a plant or two, but it's not their main interest. Most of them just wants to get you into bed. Stupid things. But if you enjoy travel, make sure that you are already telling them a bit about what you have already been. Mention some real places you wish to visit, and also where you've already been. There is a lot of things to... And then we have one thing, and that is also that's something that me and my twin sister actually have a problem with. We're always 300 k's away from each other. So it's like 200 plus miles. We can't see each other every day. We can't even see each other every week. We can't even see each other every month because it's too long apart. If you are rich, well, then you can always go, but you will be bored about that. The closer the better, but has not to be in the same county. You can actually travel a bit. Just ask Bakerbell. But if you end up with someone 200 plus miles away, make sure that you straighten things out how to solve that distance problems. That is also part of that honesty. If you don't talk about it ever, your everyday life will never be together. I noticed that as a part of my problems. Now, but on the other hand, perhaps you really want a distance relations. Perhaps you don't want to live with anyone. You just want to have someone to talk with over the phone or something. Or just a fuck buddy. That is also something. But please be honest about it. Please. For me it's easy. If she's not a gamer, I'm out. I'm not interested. Since that is my only interest, as my YouTube channel can show you. Still, good luck out there. Thank you for listening. Bye.